Welcome to Jeep Beach News and Views, a podcast about everything Jeep Beach in Daytona Beach, Florida. Here are your hosts, Charlene and Kurt from JBR.
Hey, y'all.
And welcome back to Jeep Beach News and Views. You guys, this is, I can already tell you, going to be an interesting day in studio. I feel it coming on. This podcast is going to be a conglomerate. This is one of those Jeep Beach News and Views hodgepodge versions.
Hodgepodge, yes.
Hodgepodge versions, because we are all over the place.
I am pretty sure I ate some hodgepodge one time.
Did you eat some hodge? Is that like porridge?
Tastes like chicken?
No, it didn't.
God.
No, wait a minute. I'm thinking of something else. What is that stuff you use to
Cream of wheat.
No. No.
I always envision that's what porridge is cream of wheat.
Is probably it.
And if it doesn't have a ton of brown sugar and honey in it, I'm not going.
No, because you're going to laugh at it. What was the stuff you used to use in art class?
Decoupage. Or
so, hodgepodge. I did accidentally eat some decoupage one time, and I can tell you right now, it did not taste like cream of wheat.
And if you wondered, Jeep Beach Nation, who that voice was in the background that came up with decoupage, because I can't believe he was in Kurt's head enough to know that. That is Happy Hefe. But that just goes to show you what I'm up against. Producer Rob, Happy Hefe in the studio, and Kurt, help me, Lord.
Hey,
Lord,
Producer
I'm
Rob,
gonna need you.
Is the air on?
It is on, but it doesn't seem like it, huh?
It does.
Perhaps we can have producer Jeff, who's producer today.
Yeah. Hey, Producer Jeff.
Producer Jeff, if you could be so kind as to turn that down.
Yeah. I think what's going to happen here in a minute, because, you know, they don't powder my head before these podcasts.
You gonna start sweating?
I'm going to be sweating and shining over here in just a minute.
Well, let's talk about that for a second. Hodgepodge. We went on a vacay.
We did go on a vacay.
To a very arid, low humidity climate, to say the least.
And it was a very, very fun,
gorgeous trip. Very much a de-stressor. We all know from the years of listening to Charlene and Kurt, either on JBR or on News and Views, that I may not be the best passenger in a vehicle. Have you heard that
Can I
before
rephrase that? You were not.
You were.
It ain't maybe. You were not. You are the worst passenger.
And it's not because I try to be. It's just one of those things that, you know, some people, I feel air. Air is blowing. Thank you, Happy Hefe.
Thank you.
So anyway, where we went was wide open spaces with no traffic. We rode for 12 hours in a Jeep that we rented. And just looked at
before you continue
scenery.
on, real quick.
I'm not saying where we were.
No. What kind of Jeep? What?
A Rubicon. Rubicon.
Stock?
No, it was a Rubicon on 37s.
Yep.
Oh,
it was built.
Well, you rented that?
We rented that because we flew where we went. And y'all, why are we being elusive? Because I don't like the world to know where I like to go escape, because we're in the public eye.
Yes.
But where we went, we were able to go off-roading, and it was beautiful. We didn't do hardcore rock climbing and whatnot, but we wanted to do some trail rides.
We didn't do hardcore, but we did.
We did more than what we've done in the mountains
here on the East Coast.
Yeah, it was bigger boulders than what we see on the East Coast for sure.
Yes,
but it was fabulous, and it was just the most non-stress. And please report to the world, Kurt, how good of a passenger I was on this trip.
I didn't say anything for about 8 hours, and we got to the almost the end of the trip, and I looked over at her and I said, I just want you to put this down. Our anniversary was on Monday.
It was. The 29th was our anniversary.
And I said, this is the first time in 29 years that I have rode with you in a car this long that I have not wanted to throat punch you or knock you between the eyes.
True statement, y'all.
Throat punch.
Yeah, I know.
100%.
That just tells you how terrible of a passenger I am. I mean, I know that I am. My passenger brake, you guys.
That floor on that side of my Jeep has an indention in it. And we can be riding down the highway, running 75, 80.
Very safe distance in between.
A half a mile in front of us, a car can hit its brake lights, and she is slamming her foot through the floor.
Oh my!
It's just
jumping.
It is bad. It is bad. I inherited that from my daddy's side of the family.
When she does that, I'm paying attention. Well, when I see her go like that, well, it scares the out of me, and then I jump, and I'm like, "What?" She goes, "Brake lights."
He's like, that is a half a mile ahead of us. I'm like, well, I just wanted you to be aware that there's brake lights.
I have the same thing go on with Jody. She'll do that, and I'll be driving down the road, and she'll say something like, "Oh, look," or anything like that, and it freaks me out. So I got to say to her,
yeah.
So I will say that
stop, right? Just don't do it. So this trip, we actually were able to decompress.
It was
bring the
awesome.
stress down.
Yes.
Enjoy some beautiful scenery. Have some fun off road. And I will say thank you to the company that we rented from. So thank you to them very much.
Yep.
And you'll be hearing
37s, Rubicon.
Yeah.
It's one heck of a
yeah, it was
company
good. It was awesome. And
what was so nice is when we got into it, it was like driving hours. So
and hopefully in months to come, you guys will be hearing more about different things because I decided that I'm going to investigate. You know how you're all the time saying, Charlene, I need to vet that? There are some things that I'm going to vet for you, Rob.
Okay.
Because I would like to take you where we went.
Oh, really?
And,
Yes.
And so I'm going to vet some things.
That would be fun to do.
Yeah.
It would
why
be.
not, right?
All right, yeah.
Whether it's, who knows what we do. So I'm up
We
for
do a lot.
challenges. I'm up for challenges.
We are. So,
And speaking of challenges and up for new things and opening things, vendor registration is open.
Yes.
And we are already over, I believe, 20 plus vendors in 1 week, not even a full week. We didn't open until, I think, Friday or Saturday of last week. Anyway, we got vendor registration open whenever it was. So just call it a week's time. Already
and this
20.
is only for returning vendors.
Yes, returning vendors only. Now, new vendors, you can go on our website. You can fill out the application.
Correct.
That is all that is an application. That is not your registration. You will know that you are registered when you get an email with a password and you have paid. Once that has happened, you are officially registered.
You officially have a spot.
You officially have a spot. But until all of those processes happen, you do not have a spot. And the reason we had to move to that platform on vendor registration is because we just simply ran out of space. And we're working on creating more space for Jeep Beach 25.
Hey, Rob, guess what?
What's that?
Your scaffolding dream may come
Yeah,
true.
he heard that last week with the
really?
pedestrian bridge.
Last week, the
Yep,
scaffolding.
we talked about the pedestrian bridge, which isn't necessarily scaffolding.
But it's still the use of those same kind of things, right?
Yes, it's up and over.
It would be close enough for Rob. He'd be happy.
We'd have some sense of scaffolding.
And just to let people know, as you're walking across it, Robert Plant would be playing acoustic as you walk across the bridge.
Bob Plant.
Bob
You remember
Plant.
they're
Bob
on
Plant,
first name basis.
Yeah,
Rob and Bob. They're good friends.
He will be playing acoustically as you walk across the bridge to give
Nice.
you that atmosphere. So
It's nice for you to have connections like that,
is.
there, Rob.
Sure is.
Would you go ahead and get him on the phone?
I will effort that. I will
Okay.
I will
I
make an
appreciate
effort to
it.
get that done.
Okay.
Also,
But as well as vendor registration, again, you guys can go ahead and fully register. All of your add-ons are up there. We'll have some things that become available as we get closer to event time that may interest some of you. Actually, some of you have already made inquiries about these options or opportunities that may arise.
Yep.
And sponsorships are always available. We have such pedestrian bridge. If we bring in a pedestrian bridge, man, you can have your branding all over that, right? So lots of sponsorship opportunities. Our reach is really, really, really significant now. 2.5 million on our social media or just on Facebook in a year.
and
2.5 million impressions on social media. Radio was over 100,000 downloads and whatever you call that on podcast. I don't know. Here I am podcasting downloads.
Yeah,
okay,
downloads,
I don't know how.
Well,
I don't know the correct terminology. I'm not the IT person.
Well,
That's why we
earlier-
have you guys doing stuff like
earlier
that.
today, he wasn't the IT person. We couldn't hear each other.
What?
Oh,
Come on
sorry.
now.
I was talking to Charlene.
And then the radio, JBR, 85,000 unique listeners. That's exciting. So
awesome.
just amazing stats. So our reach is significant. So any vendors that may be interested, all you've got to do is email vendors@gbeach.com and we'll be happy to get back to you and talk about all the new opportunities that are coming up. The other fun thing is we get a text message last night and said, hey, our participant registration page is open. And we were like, what? Because we have not done a hard
Push.
push, marketing push. But But registration is open, you guys. The add-ons are not. So that's one thing that we want everybody to know. The reason that happened, and we're going to run with it. You know, we're going to come at you guys with a lot of new add-ons, a lot of new experiences that you are not expecting. We're changing things up since we have moved successfully to the front stretch.
I was going to say, there's some major teasers coming in the next few weeks.
Major teasers.
People who are going to be like, I can do what?
I want to do that. I want to do that. I want to do that. I personally want to do that. So I'm excited about some of the new experiences that we're going to be able to offer to our participants.
Correct.
As well as our vendors. But the big thing is that if you just want to go ahead and go on and register, this is not booster. This is not add-ons for track laps and off-road trail experiences. Correct. None of the add-ons. Everybody hear me. None of the add-ons are available yet.
That's right. But if you
I don't know how to get more clear, and just get your $100 registration,
go for it,
and go ahead and get your registration number in. The month of May, close to 1,200. It was over 1,100, and it was just shy of 1,200. So I'm pretty sure we've probably gone over 1,200 pre-registered Jeeps, but that many of you registered in the month of May and saved yourselves $20. Now that promotion is over. We'll be doing some more things and different opportunities and promotions coming up. But some of you that registered in May may end up with a beta testing opportunity. We're going to try out a different thing with some of our social media guys.
Yep.
And I'm pretty excited about that. They had some really cool ideas yesterday with
Really?
me. Yeah.
Ooh, see, I don't know that. I haven't heard that yet.
So I'm pretty excited about that. It was a very interesting concept with some beta testing things. And we're going to give those that are pre-registered the opportunity to be in some of the beta testing surveys that they put out and yes, there will be perks and swags and different things like that.
They get to meet you, Rob.
Oh, that's not a perk.
Well, one of the things
hey,
let's talk about this.
Okay.
One of the things they did say that might be really cool is to have one of our participants or some of our participants as guest DJs. What do you think of that? Right here on JBR, Jeep Beach Nation on JBR.
I can't say that it's a horrible idea.
Right? I think it could be pretty fun.
It could be fun. You guys going to be in to host it?
Absolutely.
100%.
You
guys would come into it?
Absolutely.
I think we can make that happen.
Are you scared
that they could be our guests?
Yeah, they want to be on with you guys. They don't want to be on with me.
Are you scared to do it?
Yeah, but they would be our guests.
Are you sure?
You
looked a little concerned over there that we weren't going to be here.
Well, you're throwing this at me right away. I'm like going, oh, yeah, okay. Well, now that I'm thinking of this stuff.
They would be our guest pirates and mermaids.
Yeah, and have you not been with me?
Do they get to dress as a pirate?
Absolutely. We're going to dress as pirate and mermaids. We actually have some guests coming up in August that are coming in, and she asked that very same question. It's a husband-wife team. Actually, I'll just go ahead and tell you because we're going to talk about them in just a minute. But Copper Bottom, Jeremy and Jenny of Copper Bottom.
All right.
And Jenny was like, do I get to dress up as a guest mermaid? I was like, absolutely, we will come dressed up. So we are going to dress up the day that they come in as our guest pirate and mermaid and have some fun that day. So it'll be a good time. But anyway, so
speaking of Jeremy and Jenny,
well, let's wrap this one conversation since it's a hodgepodge before we move on to that.
What?
So registration, it is open. You'll see on the homepage. JB25. Actually, I've got it right here in front of me, y'all, and I'm going to show you. So when you go to the home page, can you see this?
Probably not.
Yeah. Can you see it? Can you see
oh, yeah,
it?
Yeah.
Okay, so now you can see it. Now I can't see it, but I will come around and show you guys. So, and the reason we're saying this, if you're listening to this on your podcast platforms, you can't see, but you can go to YouTube, which is what channel?
YouTube.
Are we Jeep Beach Official or Official Jeep Beach? Or I never remember.
It's Jeep Beach Official.
Jeep Beach Official on YouTube. And you will see these video casts and you will see what I'm pointing at. But if you look at this, then you come down and it says register. Am I clicking on it, Rob? Register for JB25. It brings you right to your $100 registration page.
By the way, if you search on YouTube for Jeep Beach News
and views
ampersand.
Okay.
Or off-road toolbox.
It will bring you to our page.
It'll bring you to the video. It'll bring you to the page.
Who is ampersand? Have you ever thought about that?
They were a yacht rock band back in the 70s.
Yeah, who made up words back when,
Can you imagine naming your kid that? Hey, ampersand, come here. You want to go eat?
I can't with you guys. Well. All right. So that is that on registration. Vendor registration and regular $100 registration is open right now. Lots of people excited because the experience was so different, so new this year at JB24. Already tweaking and making the changes to make 25 even better than the new changes, and super stoked and excited.
I've got some news too.
Shoot.
And that news is that on Jeep Beach Radio, I have been going through and freshening up the music.
Okay.
Adding a bunch of new stuff.
Okay.
A bunch of new tropical stuff. A ton of new yacht rock stuff. Some more newer, more current country songs from the last couple of years.
Okay.
Adding in some more of the modern-ish rock from the 90s and 2000s that might have slid by. So there's a lot of stuff going on.
Are you putting any top 40 in there?
From the 90s and 2000s.
There you go.
You got to put a couple new ones in. There's a couple songs out there I like.
I have to tell you.
Well, you let me know which ones you like.
You need to go, and this is actually where we need our audience. Any of our Swifties out there. I know I'm not a Swiftie, and I will be the first one to admit it, but I know that there are some of you that are Swifties. We will pick the top two songs.
Top two songs. Okay.
All right. We've got to put, somebody was like, I don't ever hear Taylor Swift. And they are huge Swiftie fans. And this is an adult, not a kid. Okay. And this is such adult.
Can I have Romeo and Juliet?
Oh my God, Kurt. I can't with him, y'all. I cannot with him. I'm going to pretend like I
think I can sing that song.
Stop. Just stop. So radio@jeepbeach.com, email radio@jeepbeach.com, and we will take the top two Swiftie songs.
Because it is Romeo and Juliet.
It is our modern day Michael Jackson. I mean, that's what she's been compared to in this day and age, I mean, her numbers are there, her audience is there, and so just because it's not our thing doesn't mean it's not your thing.
And by the way,
so there you go. We play it all.
You mentioned sponsoring like the bridge that you're going to put in with scaffolding.
With scaffolding.
And, you can also, if there's vendors out there who want to sponsor what we have going on at the radio station.
Absolutely.
They can do the same thing.
That's why I said we've got lots of really cool opportunities up for grabs. So anyway, Rob was telling me no Swiftie. He's not a Swiftie. I'm not personally a Swiftie, but I admire the brand that the young lady has built. Okay. That's all I can say about that.
But you like it when I sing Romeo and Juliet.
She knows who she is. She knows who she wants to be, and she knows who she's going to be. And so she's done it, and she's built her own brand, and more power to her. Hats off to her for that.
I'm going to leave the studio, and I'm going to text that to Rob like 22 times.
Oh my God. Kurt, stop it with that. All right, so now
block.
So can we talk about?
So now let's talk about Jeremy and Jenny on Copper Bottom Craft Distillery.
Yesterday,
as a lot of you know, we have our own line of Jeep Beach spirits that Copper Bottom has been doing now for several years. I don't even know 4, 5, 6. I don't even know how many years we've been doing it now. And it started with just a silver rum, and then we added an aged rum where they designate a barrel each year for Jeep Beach. August the 16th, I believe that's a Friday. I'd have to look at the calendar really quick to let you guys know if I am correct. I am correct. August the 16th is National Rum Day. Ooh. It is National Rum Day on August 16th. And Copper Bottom Craft Distillery, of course, being rum is their main. They do other spirits for us as well as for themselves, but rum is their big go-getter.
They do vodka.
They do vodka. Yeah. They do our bourbon. They don't produce their own bourbon, but they've crafted our own Jeep Beach bourbon.
What else did they craft for us yesterday?
Yesterday, I got to taste for the first time the Jeep Beach coconut rum. Oh my God.
And she's a coconut rum snob.
I am.
Oh, wow. Okay.
I am. There are only 2 brands that I will drink coconut
an aficionado.
rum. I am an aficionado.
No,
A snob. He likes to call it snob.
Way better.
You know, it is what it is. I like coconut rum, but
Tequila
I don't like
snob and coconut rum snob
yes,
is what it is.
because I don't like cheap tequila. I like good sipping tequila, and coconut rum, it cannot be too sweet. I do not do some of those really sweet brands of coconut rum, and I won't mention them, but I can't. I don't like it. It's pure sugar. Our coconut rum to the world and Jeep Beach Nation, I am happy to report, is on point. It is so smooth. It is not too sweet. You literally could pour it over ice and just drink the coconut rum. It's got such a good flavor to it. Yeah. I'm that dead serious. You do not need a mixer.
So is that available now?
It is available.
And now where can you get it?
At Copper Bottom Craft Distillery and Holly Hill. But guess what else?
Mm-hmm. She's got to look.
I got to tell you the exact website. You can get it at Jeep Beach. I think it's Jeep Beach Spirits. Let's see if it comes up. If it comes up for me. Kurt, keep talking about it while I try to find this.
So now that we have our own Jeep Beach Spirits, we are able to ship our spirits now.
Yes.
So anybody in the
where it's legal in the United States to ship.
You can actually go on this website now. You can order your bottles, and they will be shipped directly to you.
If you forget how to do this, just remember that Copper Bottom Craft Distillery, so you could type in Copper Bottom Craft Distillery or Copper Bottom Spirits. You go to their homepage, and right on the homepage, it says Shop Now, and it takes you to their line. But right at the bottom of their line, guess what? There is Jeep Beach Spirits right there online. You click on that link, Shop Jeep Beach, and it takes you to its own homepage, or its own page, and it is, let me tell you what it is.
So now you didn't bring it. See, no show and tell.
I should have brought some to show and tell.
Yeah, taste.
Well, August the 15th.
Right.
Jeremy and Jenny will be in studio with us, and we will not just be tasting, we will be making some fun concoctions.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So we got to clear this table up.
Yeah, because on the 16th is National Rum Day. So and I'll give you all of this, and we'll have it in the comment section or the descriptor of this podcast.
Yes.
But it's shop.copperbottomspirits.com with a /collections/Jeep Beach. But again, the easiest way to get there is go to Copper Bottom Craft Distillery, click on their website where it says Shop Now, and then you can find your way to ours. The cool thing about all of this, you guys, is that we are the only spirits right there on the website that has the bourbon, the Jeep Beach bourbon, and the Jeep Beach coconut rum. They do not distill that for anybody else. We are exclusive. And when I tell you this coconut rum, I'm still so excited about it because I was a little bit scared because I wasn't part of the taste testing, and Jeremy knew what I liked. He knew the angle I was coming from. And when I tell you they hit it out of the park, y'all, it is ridiculously good. And he said people are buying it like crazy from the shop, from the distillery. So now you can order it online and go right to it, and yay you, it will be shipped to your house. And like I said, yay you. That's all I can say.
You're still drinking for charity.
And you are drinking for charity because a portion of those proceeds from the online sales or in the store, in the distillery, come to our Jeep Beach charities. There you go.
How about that?
That was a pretty good hodgepodge.
So you can get the silver rum, the aged rum, the coconut rum, the bourbon, the vodka, and there's a surprise 6th spirit.
Oh, is
coming.
that the new one that
we can't disclose right now?
Yeah, look at you like, don't say anything. Yeah. All right.
We can't disclose it right now. He's having a hard time finding the final ingredient for such a spirit. And when it comes out, all I can say is Jeep Beach Nation, get ready. It is unbelievably good.
It's going to be
I was involved in the taste testing of that recipe.
Yeah.
Right.
And we had between two. We had two. He got it down, Jeremy, and back doing his distillery guy things, right? Got it down to 2 formulas. And he said, which formula do you like? And it was not quite unanimous for this one particular one. I think there was 1 or 2 people that liked the other one better, but the majority of the people that were taste testing on this one,
Like that
oh
one.
my God, it's so good. It's so good, people. I'm excited. So
Nice.
yes.
Now I'm thirsty.
Now you're thirsty,
Yeah.
right? Now we need
What
to
do you
get
have
to,
in- so what do you
now
got
we
in the
need
back
to
of
get
your,
to Friday, right?
your
We
Jeep?
need to get to Friday so we can have the happy hour, the Charlene and Kurt's Pirates and Mermaids happy hour.
It doesn't make a difference. What do you got in the back of your Jeep? I know you're carrying something. I know you've got something out there. What do you got?
I love
What do you
it.
got?
I've got tequila. I've got rum. I've got,
Really?
We do.
Oh yeah.
I was kind of kidding at first, but
That
now.
cooler's always got a
Cooler's
frozen
always
concoction.
full and
Really?
always out of
Absolutely.
sound. Yep.
All right, let's get to Friday.
Let's get to
Okay.
Friday. All right, you guys. Well, G Beach Nation, lots of fun, exciting things happening. Working to make JB25 even better. Don't forget, Rob will have in the description of our podcast today. It was, again, a hodgepodge of information. He'll put our website on there for you to register.
Yep.
Vendors, again, vendors at jeepbeach.com. Email that. Easy peasy to get all your answers there. And then get your Jeep Beach spirits for charity, you guys.
There you go.
They make great Christmas gifts, too.
They do.
So we're going to be working on some Christmas packages where you can get the whole line, like in a gift box or something. They've got great ideas. So
Perfect.
Super excited. We love you guys. And we will catch you next week
Next
on
week.
Jeep Beach News and Views.
See you
Bye,
later.
y'all.
That's a wrap on Jeep Beach News and Views. Be sure to subscribe for future automatic downloads to your favorite podcast player app. Got a comment? Or would you like to be featured on Jeep Beach News and Views? Email us at radio@jeepbeach.com. That's radio@jeepbeach.com. Until next time, keep all 4 on the ground and your tops down.